And today, after I thought about it for a moment or two, um, I'm going to do a few works in progress, and we're going to have a special kit review. And my lord, Peter Oxley, this one's dedicated to you, and I hope you will enjoy it. Peter did a really nice show the other day, showing off his Matchbox kits. Every year he does Matchbox March Madness, which is enjoyed by all. He has pretty much cornered the market on Matchbox kits that are out there. He has multiple versions of it, of many kits. Some are absolutely pristine, others not so much. But in any case, yeah. So he's good enough to excuse me, go into the castle keep and through the 6-foot oak doors lined with iron to get to his lair, where his stash is kept, somewhere in England. That's as close as I'm going to get. Yeah, I think it's England. Yes, it's England. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. Okay, so going to start with this. And it's been rainy here. It's going to rain all week. It started on last Friday, and now it's Tuesday, and it's still raining. And so on Sunday, I didn't really want to do anything serious. So I pulled this out of the stash. Well, I'll tell you. This is not a simple kit. Well, in many ways it is. Let me see here. Get this out of the way. Now, we're almost done here. Got a few things to paint up again. I don't think I have to say anything about this. These are just, they're terrible. They're just terrible. So anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that. You know, Airfix, viewers of the channel will know, well, first of all, welcome to all viewers, returning viewers, and subscribers. So as viewers will know, I'm a fan of the Airfix Vintage Classics, the 176 model kits. Now, having said that, what I do have to say is that various different ones are of varying quality. The we've seen the 88mm gun and tractor kit. That's a nice little kit. Yeah, get that one. The World War I Mark I tank. That's a nice kit too. Builds up real nice. This one, the lorry, with the, I don't know, I think it's a 6-pounder gun, but I'm not sure. Anyways, so yeah, this one built up nicely, and it has a figure in there too, if you can see. So that was fun. The Panther, yeah. The tracks were a disaster. Absolute disaster. As soon as I started to weather them, they started to break down, and I was using acrylic paint. So, and also there were some, you know, kind of little fit problems with the kit. So it's not terrible, but yeah, you know, the tracks, they're just, yeah. So it's okay, not great, just okay. Here's the World War I tank. Really pleased with how this turned out. That's the Mark I male. The Bren gun carrier kit wasn't very good, and so that's the only experience that I have. This was okay. Obviously, still a little bit of work to do here. But this didn't need to be this complicated. You can see here, you've got to put all these little things, and they're not exactly round because of poor molding. And there's a fair level of flash on a lot of things. The Jeep built up very nicely. And I can't show you the Jeep because Mickey, the thief of Hobby Room, somehow got a hold of it, and I'm sure I'll find it under a couch or chair or in some corner. She's been playing hockey with it, I guess, or whatever she does. As long as she doesn't eat it, I'm not that upset. But yeah, I mean, I showed before. I got her this little cat cave thing, and yeah, and I've learned that if I'm looking for something, look first at the cat cave. She's a little hoarder, I tell you. Just anyways, we love her, but it's like having a toddler, which when you're in your 60s, it can be a little bit more than you want. Anyways, love you, Mickey. Okay, next up is one here, and this was here. Let's get this there. Isn't that better? Yeah, that's better. This one, again, viewers will know that I picked this up at the Tamiya headquarters shop in Shizuoka, Japan, when I visited there in December. And it's a nice little kit. Cost me about $20 Canadian, and it's a 148 scale British 2-ton 4x2 ambulance. And they also do a 135, which has a lot more detail, especially in the back. But this is a nice little kit, and for $20. And the main reason I got it was to say, I got something from the Tamiya head office. So there you go. At Shizuoka Hobby Square, which is right near Shizuoka train station, which was right near our hotel. It's like an archive, museum, and shop for many of the big manufacturers in Shizuoka, whether it's Bandai or Aoshima, Hasegawa, and I picked up the F14A Tomcat carrier deck kit there, and I got a great price on it. Oh my goodness, it cost me about $80, and I've been looking around here, and it's about $150. So yeah. So I said it before, I'll say it again. If you're going to Japan, try and take a trip down to Shizuoka. It's about halfway between Tokyo and Osaka. So and like I said, the Tamiya headquarters is about a 15-minute taxi ride from the train station, and you can walk across. It's 150 meters or so from the Shizuoka train station. So if you're heading down that way, you can easily hop on the Shinkansen bullet train, get you there from Tokyo or Osaka in about an hour. And excuse me. There's great restaurants at the station. There's a Parche Mall for shopping, and you can go visit the Shizuoka Hobby Square. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was great. And of course, there's nice hotels. We stayed at the Hotel Asocia on the north side of Shizuoka Station. The same company, that's a Japan Rail property. And they also have a property on the south side, and there's others around. Shizuoka is a nice city. It's not super huge, about 100,000, 120,000 people, and very nice. It was very nice to visit. It's right on the coast, so yeah, I'd encourage anybody who's going to Japan to try and get down there. And like I said, if you're going to Osaka, you can get off the train, have your lunch, wander around a bit. You leave in the morning, have your lunch, hang around a bit. To visit Tamiya, you have to go online at their website, and everything's done in blocks of 1 hour. So you have to make a reservation. It doesn't cost anything, and it's no problem usually. It's just to keep things in an orderly fashion. When we were there in December, we were the only ones there. But if you're going, especially if you're going in a busy time, when the hobby shows are coming, they have a big hobby show. I think it's in September. Maybe it's in October. Anyways, I missed it, unfortunately. So yeah, you definitely want to do that. And so, like I say, it was 1 hour blocks, but we were the only ones there, so we were under no pressure to leave. And I'm very sad that my old phone decided to go all wonky for that visit. So the video that was taken it was all broken up and didn't want to record, and then it stopped recording in the middle of it, and la 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 la. Anyways, no point crying over spilt milk. I put what I had on the channel, so if you're interested, take a look. There's some halfway decent stuff there, but definitely worth the visit as well. Okay, so yeah, so this is a nice little kit. And this is where I'm at with it. So I'm going to take the roof off and take that off. Okay, and so here's the kit. Oops, sorry, Clive. Oh, this isn't Clive. This is Angus. This is Angus with the red hair. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, you get a figure with the kit. Nice little figure. He painted up nicely. Went together nicely. One thing that was really cool was that, unlike most other figure kits, there were actually locating marks for his arms. One was indented on the shoulder, and the other was indented on the arm. So yeah, he painted up nicely. That's very nice. And the kit itself is very basic. But if you did want to, you could do something with the inside here. The doors do not open. There's no option to do that. And so this is almost done. I have to do some final gluing. Anyways, come on, get in there, Angus. There we go. Okay. So yeah, nice kit. Nice kit. So, for anyone who might be looking at their first kit, model kit, if you're looking at military, I'd suggest you get this if you can find it. It's a fairly simple kit. It goes together perfectly. See what they've done with the headlights there, and what I've done with the headlights. I think they've turned out very nicely. Thank you very much. And excuse me. So if you're looking for a kit to start with, this would be a good one. And I've shown this before as well. This is an excellent kit to start with. And that's the Willis Jeep 135. This one's a 148. And so it's up to you which scale you want. 135, 148. I've got both. One of the great things about this hobby is, you know, you're not limited to your scale. You know, you can you can't mix them together. Well, I suppose you could, but anyways. So yeah, and so this is a nice little kit. You get a motor, and which you're able to detail quite nicely, and I was actually quite pleased with that. Nice figure. The only thing to watch out for is this side driver's side mirror. It sticks out, and of course, just like a piton, it broke off. I've got it around somewhere, but I figured, well, you know, I'm sure somewhere along the line, at least one of them broke off. So, yeah. So yeah. If the if you either one of these would be a great starter. And oh, here I'll show the underside. To learn your skills and detail things, so on and so forth. So yeah, either of those would be great starter kits. The only problem I had with this kit was this decal, and because it had the holes pre-cut, and I did my best to maneuver it around, but then it started to tear, so I just left it at that. But all the other ones went on very nicely. So that's probably going to go with the 148 Spitfire diorama that I've got. So a few other things are on the go. I primed up the excuse me, Kenworth W900 Rotodyne. Primed up most of those parts and getting ready for that. Still slogging my way through the Revell Auto Transporter trailer. That's a big kit, and it's all painted up, pretty much ready to go. I just have to do final assembly of the second tier and a few other things. So. Here's the base. And I don't need that anymore. Now, oops. Overall, it's a good kit, but these tires are horrible. They're just terrible. And I expect they'll require some level of remediation. Okay. And working on the Ford Del Rio. I had a problem with the can you see that? Yeah, the paint went and gone all blistered on me, and I tried to strip it and I sanded it. Obviously not enough, but anyways, the sides look good, and so that's kind of, yeah, I got some great advice from the folks over at Ice Queen 7, Richie and Paul Chaplin and the gang there. Oh, there's the motor. I think I've done a pretty good job on that. Yeah. And so, step by step with these things, right? you don't have to go all at once. Some people like to go gonzo on things, but not me. Especially when you're not very competent in the first place. I mean, you're just inviting disaster. And even though I don't buy super expensive kits, I don't want to ruin them or any more than I'm likely to. Excuse me. Okay, and the last one is this one. This is the Monogram 56 T-Bird. Yeah. I wouldn't want to pay more than $25 for this. But anyways, this is where I'm at with it. That's not, I gotta hook that in, but yeah. So, there you go. Again, I had some problems with the paint. I managed to salvage it. This blistered. You can hardly see, you can see just a tiny little bit there. But you'd get weathering there anyways, because that's the leading edge, right? Yeah, okay. So there's that. The tub, yeah, I'm still a real novice at doing the cars. So I'm doing the best I can. But yeah, the engine's basic, but it's there. Nice engine. Radiator, all that stuff. And it's an old Monogram kit, so for the most part, it's gone together nicely. You know what it shows its age, but still a fun kit. Like I say, I wouldn't want to pay more than $25 for it, though. And if you got a Hobby Lobby, you'll probably get a bargain bin day at $8 or something like that. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. The Atlantis Mac AC truck, that's still going along. You know, I drop it, pick it up. So we've got the cab here. This is another one. The paint was a problem, but now I got some great tips from my friends, so that's good. Now, for the star of today's show, and this is the part that I hope Peter will really enjoy. You'll see on my channel recently I did 2 reviews on Porsche GT1 and Porsche GT3, both 1/24 scale from Tamiya. And I had also mentioned that I have a 3-tier display case. Again, it's been seen before. Excuse me. So I had those 2 beautiful Porsches, and so I was looking around for a 3rd vehicle that would do them justice. And I looked at another Porsche. There was a Hasegawa Leighton House or Leighton Hall. I think it's Leighton House. I think it was in 1977. Anyways, I don't know nothing about this stuff. Anyways, really cool car. But it was Hasegawa, so it was pretty complex. And also, it was like $80 plus $30 delivery fee. And so, I didn't want to do that. I went on ScaleMates, I looked at the instructions, and I went, yeah, no, I'm afraid that's too much kit for me. Which seems to be getting a bit more common. I don't know whether I'm reaching too high or if I'm losing it. Maybe a bit of both. Okay, so on to the star of today's show. So of course I was looking around, and I found this. The Tamiya McLaren Senna 1/24 scale. Their catalog number 24355. This was a new tooling in 2021. This was made in Japan. I think they pretty much, they had a lot of production in Hong Kong in particular, and some in China, and I think they pretty much moved everything out now. They both, I think probably now it's up to 60, maybe 65% of their production is in the Philippines, and the rest they've managed to bring back to Japan. And so I don't know. My guess is, though, that it's this newer, higher end stuff. Well, let me see, as opposed to the older vintage type kits that have been around since the 70s. That production is probably being done in the Philippines, and then this production is being done in Japan, as it indicates here that it made in Japan. And it's signed Akira, and hard to say anything bad about that box art, isn't it? It's a beautiful car. And as they always say, highly detailed static display model, stunning form, accurately captured. Features realistic depictions of V8 engine, suspension, and interior. Recommended for ages 14 and up. And there's 3 different specs that you can build it in. You can build it in the European, US, or Japanese. I don't know what the difference is. They only show the 2 there. So, because this is US and this is US, and then this is Europe. I'm going to do the Europe one, probably in the red, but building this kit's a little way down the road. Okay, so there's a little oh, and like with the Porsches, they have the nice little holographic McLaren badge, plate, whatever you call it. And on the side here it reads, there's also in the instructions, there's a very nice readout. And about the McLaren Senna. Unleashed on the world at the 2018 Geneva International Motor Show, this supercar bears the name of legendary racer Ayrton Senna. Its body features extensive carbon fiber sections and is designed for impeccable aerodynamics and cooling. Power is provided by an 800 PS, 4-liter V8 twin-turbo engine. Only 500 were produced, and that makes the McLaren Senna a hot property indeed. And they go on about the model. This is a 124 scale plastic model assembly kit. Length 19.8 centimeters, width 9.1 millimeters, or 9.1 centimeters, height 5.1 centimeters. Sleek aerodynamics body's form is captured in style. Features a realistic depiction of the V8 twin-turbo engine. Can be assembled as European, US, or Japanese spec. Separate parts for brake calipers, discs, and more streamline the painting of the model. There we go. You get a choice of dashboard position too. Excuse me. There's also metal transfers that recreate the McLaren logos. Like I guess this one here will be a metal transfer, and I saw there's one on the back too. Okay, so have a sip of tea. Let's open her up. Now, I looked at a few build and review videos of this. First of all, I mean, I suppose you could, but unlike unlike the two Porsches, I don't think you'd want to just build this up and not paint it. So, but whatever you want to do with that. So, but that's okay. You know, you could get away with leaving this. Since we're here, we'll take a look at it. Come on now. There we go. Okay. So here's the shell, and it looks like the doors will not open. I guess this is the spoiler, either that or the rear bumper part. Here, this is bright and reflective. But if you look at here, the area that's going to be exposed, it's got kind of like a slightly flat, burnished look to it. Yeah. So that's nice. And the molding is perfect. There is no, like I say, this was tooled in 2021, so there's no reason or excuse for any flash on it anyways. Okay, then here we have the body parts. I think I'll just leave them in the bag. It's pretty self-explanatory. You don't need to. But you can, even from here, you can see that, you know, they're perfect. And, you know, if you want black and white, this will work for you. But otherwise, it's nice that they're all separate, so that that can be painted separately. It's not all one thing. So, nice. I will open up the clear plastic so that we can all see how perfect it is. And yeah, about painting. I'm trying to transition to all airbrush. But especially for the cans, or for the cars, you know, the rattle cans are, you know, they're great. But, except, they're not, if they blister and crack. Now, some of that might be on me, but I'm afraid that I have noticed a bit of a trend with the Tamiya rattle cans. So, in any case, it's a bit of a moot point because little Lord Truepoo, who left his final day in Parliament by stealing the chair he had sat in, and sticking his tongue out at the camera as he left. Which pretty much sums up how he feels about Canada's once great democracy and the Canadian people. Anyways, it's not a political show. Viewers didn't come here for that. Okay, so yeah, so here we are. Can you see that windscreen? It's perfect. Every single part is perfect. Ooh, I'm getting excited. I always get excited. And it's this stuff. There we go. Yeah, and returning viewers and subscribers will know I'll often say, oh, I'm going to do this one next. Problem is, I've got 6 things lined up ahead of it. And anyways, I think the Volkswagen bus is going to be next. But I might do the Porsche GT1 because I'm not really planning to paint that, at least the shell. So anyways, okay, so here we go, and we have nice kind of metallic looking plastic here. And I shouldn't, well, of course the quality of the plastic looks awesome, as you'd expect from Tamiya. Okay, and so, yeah, I mean, this is much nicer than fake chrome stuff. And, you know, we've got, you know, the engine doesn't look too complex, which is fine with me. And, but it has a decent number of pieces and stuff. Looks like we've got exhausts here, or some kind of ports for something. And, yeah, very nice. That's very nice, as Inspector Clouseau used to say. Y'all remember that film? Anybody? Everybody? It's one of the funniest movies ever, I'm telling you. Yeah, The Pink Panther Strikes Again. If you haven't seen it, look it up, watch it. Does your dog bite? No. My dog does not bite. Nice doggy, nice doggy. I thought you said your dog does not bite. Well, that's not my dog. But Mr. Production strikes again. He's in. There we go. He called me Mr. Productions in a comment the other day. I don't know if I'm not sure if he's mocking me. His sense of humor is so dry, it's hard to tell sometimes. But anyways, love you, Zen. Okay, hi Howie. Speaking of dogs who do not bite. Okay, so here we go. So we got the tub, and again, you know, these are all beautifully molded. The seats. Turn that over. The seat buckets. And the seats in this were actually pretty, from what I understand, they were pretty basic. The interior is fairly basic. There we go. Not only to save weight, but that's their aesthetic. And you can see here, I'll try and get it good there. That front grille, it's perfect. And 4 tires, they look a little firm. See here? Peter Sellers was one of the funniest guys. You know, whether you're talking about Pink Panther Strikes Again, or yeah. Anyways, he was a good actor, great actor. There, get out of there. Okay, so here we go. You see the, bring this down for a minute just so the light's better. There you go. Can you see that? That's very nice. There's no branding on the side of the tires. There might be decal or sticker for that. But there's not much there to put a name on. So okay, and here it looks like we've got some. Oh, these are the seats and body details. This might be part of the gearbox, and various. I want to call them plates, but I know that's not the word for it. So, anyways, again, all in white. So, yeah. And then we have the body exterior pieces, side pieces, thises and that's, odds and ends. Again, everything beautifully molded, beautiful detail. The rivet and bolt marks are all fabulous. We've got the radiator here. You know, it's not like super extra crazy detail. Which I was going to mention. I started to say when I watched the or when I was looking at for videos on building this kit, I was a bit surprised that you know there were a lot of good modelers who were saying they had that it was a great kit, but that they found it to be way too tricky and just difficult. So, but anyways, when we go into the instructions in a minute. So here are the metallic stickers. These are probably for the mirrors, and then and then the front and back. There's a couple of. You got the McLaren. The two different ones. And in the decals here, we've got two choices here. I think this one's the European, this one's the North American. And we've got a dashboard decal sheet, control panel sheet. Looks like a console panel sheet. The gearbox. Well, that's like the GPS. There's like a map on there or whatever. And blah blah. So some kind of metallic ones, and yeah. So I was pretty surprised that Tamiya decal broke on me. It's you know, you often hear the complaint about Tamiya decals that they're thick, of which they are. I don't know whether it's because that I just grew up with them and they probably haven't changed them much since the 70s. And they don't seem to be in any hurry to do so. But especially for someone coming back to the hobby just in the last few years, decals can be a challenge. But yeah, I'm very comfortable with them. So yeah, I was surprised when that actually when that actually tore, because I'm always very careful as well. But anyways, what can you do? So okay, so here we have now this is all in Japanese, and and we get, look at this, beautiful, isn't that beautiful? Yeah, we get the glossy paint schemes, Victory Gray or Mira Orange. They have close-up reference images. Great stuff. And I'll read some of the write-up. I'm not going to read the whole thing. Okay, the car bears its magnificent name in style, designed as a highly track-focused road car. It's been endowed with an aggressively styled body in line with the company's form follows function mantra, and which sublimely balances downward and downforce and aerodynamics. Air intakes and vents are integrated across the design, which also features complex door and fender surfaces and extremely eye-catching elements such as the active aero blades in the intakes under the headlights and rear wing, which work in harmony to optimize the vehicle balance. The latter features elegant swan neck mounts that lead to triple stepped louvers with gurney flaps, while between the stays are nestled 3 exhaust outlets, 2 on US spec cars, all contributing to the car's enviable aerodynamics. Vehicle weighs approximately 1,200 kilograms, and as such is a seriously lightweight car by supercar standards. Starts from full commitment to weight reduction. Chassis built around carbon fiber monocage 3, and the body utilizes carbon fiber panels. Doors can be fitted with glass panels to further improve visibility. Placed in midship position, the 4-liter twin turbocharged V8 engine showcases a wide array of race technology, as it provides 800 PS and a maximum torque of 800 Nm, whatever that is. 7-speed dual clutch transmission. Top speed up to 335 kilometers per hour. As I mentioned, cockpit is also a testament to McLaren's commitment to a lightweight design, uncluttered, with numerous carbon fiber components and uncovered gas struts for the upward opening doors. Each single-piece carbon fiber seat weighs just 3.35 kilograms, and the driver has a simple 3-spoke steering wheel. Transmission selector and launch control buttons are located at the side of the seat, and a separate upright central display features other setup dials. Main instrumentation display can be set in 2 positions, including one tilted forward, which displays only the essentials. Okay, so yeah, very nice, and nice of them to include that extra bonus. And this is different too. You know, we've got a top stapled. Oh no, okay, it's just the. This is just landscape for the. Yeah. And I mean, even just, you know, in black and white. Look at that. Doesn't that look nice? Yeah. Ooh, very nice. Okay. As always, read before assembly. Tools you're going to need. Paints you're going to need. Painting, applying decals. Standard Tamiya format. Great stuff. How to do the undercoating, metal transfers. Steve, you should probably read this. There's a notice here, gives you different details, how to mix the different paint colors. And then you start off with actually painting the body shell. That's a little different too. Tells you where you have to cut stuff out. Okay, and then in step 2, yeah, there's these are mirrors, mirror, and so there's the assembly of the body. They give you the paints as you're all going along, and but as I was saying, I saw quite a few were saying that this is difficult. They had a hard time with it, but when I went on ScaleMates and I looked at the instructions, I mean, that really doesn't look that hard. And I mean, like I know, anyways, it's just step by step. So, excuse me. And then we get the front grille, blah 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 blah. And here would be for the Japanese European, and this would be for the American. Putting together the rear body panel. They show you all these little nibbins you need to cut off, and they're all placed perfectly. They're not going to cause you any trouble whatsoever. And they just with a halfway decent hobby knife, they come off like just that's it. Yeah. Okay, and so putting the body. It's unusual. Usually with the car models, they start with the engine, but really, in the end, it's the body that's going to show up. Well, we'll see if you can have the engine exposed, but we'll see. Okay, yeah, and so then we've got all these different panels and clear pieces, clear parts, side strips, more detailing. There's, I guess these are some kind of hoses. But I mean, you see here. I mean, it's these are not. We still have to get to the suspension and stuff. But oh, and that reminds me. I forgot to show this in the finished builds. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Tamiya Lotus Super 7. Unfortunately, me and the paint made a mess of the nose cone. But otherwise, the steering works. Really happy with the headlights, and very happy with the engine. I had set this aside for a while. I was very disappointed with the paint. This I did myself. Masked it off and turned out nice. It's not perfect, but hey, there you go. Sometimes you just gotta stop messing with it and say, that's it, I'm done. Okay, and then I guess, yeah, we've got the front quarter panels here. This is the front air intakes, and this is where I guess it starts to start looking a little complicated. Yeah, so you've got these spacing panels or whatever, and then you've got choices to make about which. Well, you should have already decided that, but so it's, you know, one or the other version. Attaching the headlights. They give you more decaling, and you know, you know, there are a lot of pieces, but I mean, you know, these are pretty simple stuff. So, oh, and the builds I've seen, and I don't mean to be dissing anybody who says they had trouble with it, because, you know, everybody different things. I mean, I'm just saying, you know, from the look of this, to me, it shouldn't be that hard, even for an idiot like myself. So, but I guess we'll find out when I go to build it. But yeah, I would have to agree. There's a lot of different parts, priming and painting, different stuff to be done. So yeah, that would be something. And it is a substantial kit. I paid $80 for it, $79 plus tax, free shipping. Came in under $90 Canadian. And from what I'm seeing here, I'm considering this a pretty good value. Oh, and I looked around, and that was a good price. Somebody else had it for, yeah, I was seeing it for like $99, $129. So, you know, I'm happy with that. Okay, and then we've got attaching the doors. I suppose if you wanted to do something with this, you could. At least to, you know, have the door up and open on one side anyways. That might be fun. I'm not going to try that. And yeah, and then so yeah, we've got all these teeny tiny little parts, which I can see will be a bit of a challenge. So, and again, and then we get to the chassis. There's the firewall with the gas and the brake, which we've just constructed here, or they call it a bulkhead. Front wheel housings, you know, here's the wheel assemblies and brake, the axle and brake assemblies. It doesn't look too complicated. Photo etch, but yeah, whatever. Oh no, maybe there isn't. There's no photo etch here. Gee, that's too bad. And you can always expect, as I just showed with the Lotus, you can always expect there's steering and suspension is good. Showing this, looks like we'll be able to position the wheels. Pretty straightforward here. I've seen far more complex. I'm thinking of the P34 that Tyrrell, or I can never say it right, P34, that had very complex suspension and all that kind of stuff. And here, you know, like we saw from what's on the sprue racks, there's detail to the engine, but it's not like super, you know, $150, $200 kit kind of thing. And again, just goes through, and then you drop it in, blah, 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 blah. Exhaust manifold. And then we get into the rear, how this goes together. I mean, you know, these diagrams that they give you, I mean, they can't be beat. And I expect everything is going to just go together perfectly here. The way Tamiya has been doing things lately, it's like, you know, you could almost just snap them together. That's how well they're engineered and molded. But we wouldn't do that unless it was a snap together kit, would we? No, we wouldn't. Have to keep some self-respect here. Okay, yeah, and I guess these are tie rods, I guess. Anyways, and then we go to attaching the center console and attaching the bulkhead 2, they call it. We got the seats. These seats aren't one piece. And then how you drop those in. Got the different dashboards. Dashboard 1, dashboard 2. Steering column, I guess this is the heads-up display. Door interior panels. And then the body goes up into the shell, or the chassis goes up into the shell. Then we've got the under panels. Excuse me. Diffuser, the wheels, putting the wheels on. And then we finish up with the spoiler. Okay, so time to rate this kit. Okay, I use a 12-point scale, 10 standard points, 2 points for the packaging, up to 2 points for the sprues. No, wait, hold it. Okay, yeah, up to 2 points for the sprues, up to 3 points for the parts, and up to 3 points for the instructions. So that's 10 standard points. And then each of those 4 categories can receive a quarter-point bonus for any wow factors. And I also allow up to a full bonus point for what I consider to be value. And so, excuse me. Okay, so packaging speaks for itself. It's beautiful. Beautiful box art. It's fabulous. That's 2 1/4 signed box art as well. As far as the sprues are concerned, of course, they were all complete. There was no flash, no nasty ejection pin marks or anything like that. Everything was perfect. Yeah, 2 1/4 there. As far as the parts go, quality of plastic was excellent. To me, excellent. Detail was good. There were no warped or broken parts. The decals and metal transfers, that gets a quarter point there. And for the instructions, yeah, we got the separate gloss sheet with the write-up. And everything was clear. They were laid out nicely. And so again, that's 3 1/4 points. and I'm going to give this, considering $90, yeah, I'm going to give this half a point for value, which brings us to 11.5 out of 12. So yeah, it's a beautiful kit. I can see where, you know, it might have some fiddly challenges, especially if your paint skills are a little whatever, like mine. But it looks to me like it's going to build up beautifully. So, which I will bring you when the time comes. All right. So thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the updates, and hope you enjoyed the little show today. And I appreciate everybody's time always. And I will see you next time. Bye now.